Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to start tonight by looking at the FY22 goals. I did attach them to this report, and we did review the draft goals during the workshop. So I just wanted to see if the school committee had any further comments or any changes they'd like to make. I would love to adopt them tonight, but if not, if we could adopt them at the next meeting, because there is a bit of a cascading effect of these goals then affecting all the other goals. So I'll leave that up to the committee to decide if they'd like to adopt them tonight or put them on the agenda for the next meeting. I do want to give an update on COVID data for the city and the schools. So I did provide the data as of September 1st and as of September 8th. And I can report that I've also looked at the data as of today. And we have the same number of cases today that we had on September 8th. So for the viewing public on the 1st, which was the first day of school, we had 17 total cases in the city, in the schools, I'm sorry, in the schools, not the city. And then on the 8th, we had 20 total cases in the schools. And on the 14th, we have 20 total cases in the schools. I have included, as I have in the past, the information from the city website, from the Board of Health. The more updated versions are being posted, I believe, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you want to see an updated version, you can certainly look at that. I also provided the state dashboard figures from the 8th, and those are updated daily. My third item, I just wanted to let you know that we did have a vaccination clinic for students on September 9th and 10th at both Whitcomb and at MHS. I just want to thank Bouvier Pharmacy for being a partner. They created a very easy-to-use website for sign-up, so there was less paper. We had 18 students participate, so not the number I was looking for overall, but I think it's a valuable thing to continue to offer vaccination clinics. So just want to say thank you to Bouvier again, and specifically Brian. He did a lot of work to get ready for that. Vaccination data for eligible students, I did want to just review that. So for 12th grade students, currently we have 66% of the students are fully vaccinated, 5% are partially vaccinated, and this is because the Pfizer shot is the only one that's available for the students. So when it says partially vaccinated, they have one of the two. So they need to get their second shot to be fully vaccinated. In 11th grade, there's 66% fully vaccinated, 4% are partially vaccinated. In 10th grade, 59% are fully vaccinated and 6% are partially vaccinated. In 9th grade, 66% are fully vaccinated and 7% are partially vaccinated. In 8th grade, 66% are fully vaccinated and 4% are partially vaccinated. 7th grade at 64%, with 5% being partially vaccinated. And just a heads up that the 6th grade numbers, even though there's only 31% students fully vaccinated, not many of the students have turned 12 yet. So that's a very small number of students. It's probably only around 36 to 40 students at this moment. So as more students turn 12 throughout the rest of the school year, you'll see those numbers start to move. And I'm happy to take any questions, Mr. Mayor.
If I could just add 2 or 3 things on top of that, just to let everyone know. Yesterday, as of yesterday, we had 4 cases in the hospital. One of those was a breakthrough, so it's someone that had been vaccinated in the past. Stop the Spread at the hospital is still running Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Positivity rate for the last 7 days was 3.14%, and that was on the downside a little bit, so that's a good thing. And we are starting our flu shot clinics next week. We'll be running in through October for employees and seniors and everyone in the city. We'll be doing a wrap-up at the end. So we're moving that forward. We're also going to see about the opportunity to have vaccines available with the flu shots, because you can do them both at the same time. So any questions for the superintendent? Yeah.
It's actually for you. Is this 66%, which it seems like pretty much, that's pretty average?
Yep.
Is that similar to the overall vaccination rate in the city?
It's almost exactly the same. We're running about 66% and 7% with one dose, which I'm hoping this week clicks up 1%, but right now, as of Thursday, it was 66 and 7. Yeah, it's Tennessee.
Thank you. So, first of all, thank you very much for having Bouvier Pharmacy come in. I would hope, just like I think you were kind of saying, that they'll do another round, especially since they put so much work into probably doing that online setup. It would be great to have them come back. Hopefully, we can encourage more. As far as the percentage numbers that you've gotten, is that by them self-reporting, or is that information collected from the city? Just curious about how that information is coming in to know whether we're capturing everybody.
So I'm very thankful that John Garside over at the Board of Health has been great about giving me the information.
Great.
And there are, through our health services offices at the schools, there is an ability for the nurses to be able to see the vaccination status of our students. So as we're compiling this, we're getting new information every single day because we're registering new students every day, and we're loading them into the system and making sure we have all the appropriate figures.
Okay, great.
So we have access to it on multiple sides, but thankfully John has done a great job of giving me the data so we can go back and look at it. And with, I'd say, the October 1 swing of enrollment, I could bring this back to you next time and it could look a little bit different. I hope it would look better.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Any other questions?
Mr. Mayor, the only question I have is if the committee wants to act on the FY22 goals tonight.
Yes.
I say yes.
We'll wait there for action items in a little while, or
Sure.
do you want to deal with it now?
Can I ask for a suspension of the rules to add an agenda item for us to
Oh.
vote on that?
We'll just pick it up. We'll just go with it.
Okay, all right.
Well-
Thank you.
We'll go now with it.
Motion to approve the FY22 superintendent goals.
Motion made and seconded to approve the goals for FY22. Any further discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor, opposed, carries. Just like that, boom.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Assistant Superintendent on Teaching and Learning.
Thank you. New staff orientation. Marlborough Public Schools Strategy for Improvement 1.3 states that we will ensure early career support for new educators. A specific action of that goal is to expand the building level supports we provide our new staff. This year, the second day of new staff orientation shifted to each of the buildings. New staff were able to meet with building leaders, content supervisors, and other teachers during this day of orientation. I will be surveying the new staff later this month for feedback on the new program and to solicit ideas for supports that can be added next fall. 2021-22 Art, Music, and Wellness classes. Supervisor of Visual Arts, Julie Baker. Supervisor of Wellness, Todd Turcott. And Supervisor of Music, Jonathan Rosenthal, will provide an update on their K-12 programs during the 2021-22 school year. So I'd like to welcome the three of them. They have prepared a short presentation.
Thank you for having us. I think we're starting with art, so here we go.
Is your green light on? Just
It
to make
is,
sure.
yes.
Excellent.
So we have some exciting updates in comparison to last year. First off, all art instruction is in person again, and we're so excited to see our students creating in the art rooms once again, and live with their teachers. There's no more need for individual supply kits. So per the Department of Ed's updated guidelines, we are able to share supplies again. In the visual arts, that has allowed much greater access to a variety of materials and tools, including the specialized equipment and technology at the high school, specifically in media arts, photography, graphic design, video production. We don't have those limitations that we saw last year. For safety protocols, we have well-stocked hand sanitizer, which is extremely helpful. We have sinks in the art rooms for washing hands, and that specialized equipment we just talked about is wiped down regularly. Next slide, we have some really exciting updates for facilities. First of all, at Marlborough High School, we have all new digital sewing machines for our fashion and textiles program, and along with new cabinets and tabletops. So that entire room had a redesign over the summer. It looks really nice. And I'm so excited to share that all our elementary schools have art rooms this year. Thank you. This absolutely enhances the learning experience in the visual arts. The teachers can create a studio environment. The students learn to care for the studio environment. And instructional resources you may see in some of these photos are just more readily available in the moment when they're teaching. So that makes a big difference. That's all for the visual arts.
I assume we're going to talk about wellness now.
If you would like. We can have Jonathan come up and do it.
We're just guessing at this point.
So the wellness department, we too are back in person. So everything other than wearing a mask is back to normal. Hopefully our classroom teachers can see the difference and our kids can get out and be more active than they were last year, especially at the elementary school levels where they sat and watched videos for wellness. So we're hoping that makes a difference in their learning throughout the curriculum. We have hand sanitizers readily available. We have locker rooms at the middle school and high school where kids can obviously at the end of class get in, wash their hands. We have extra equipment that is going out so classes aren't using back-to-back equipment. Just a couple of little things, even though all we really need is the mask, but those extra added safety precautions are helpful. In the elementary schools, we have finally officially added our 5th grade health classes. So the 5th graders, when they went down to the elementary schools, did not really get a separate health class. They are now. Once a week, they're meeting with their teacher, a wellness instructor, and getting a separate health class above and beyond their wellness class. The high school, we have added some cooking instruction, and we're not, unfortunately, because I would enjoy it, just baking cookies. We are learning food safety. We are learning nutritional facts and preparing meals that will be lifelong activities. So that is exciting. And finally, for the wellness department, Mr. Diaz, we have a brand new adventure course. And this is a long time coming.
Yeah.
This is a long time coming. I have personally thanked Mr. Bergeron for championing this. We lost our course a couple years ago. We rebuilt it, and then we built a brand new elementary school, which is beautiful, but we lost our course again. And now, beside the high school, down in what we call the pit, where the football team practices, we have the beginning of a brand new adventure course. And as you can see, we have 5 or 6 elements right there that the kids can take advantage of. That is phase 1. There will be phase 2 coming, hopefully later this year, where we'll be adding about a 300-foot zip line and some more elements along the back. That's really exciting. Every junior in the high school should experience some of that as long as they're enrolled in high school wellness as a junior. Mr. Cormier does a wonderful job, and he asked me to invite any of you that would like to try any of those elements to make a scheduled appointment, and we'll get you up there.
Let's do it. Yeah. I'll
The
try.
hardest one looks like the cargo net.
Yeah, no way.
The cargo net is absolutely the hardest one. I've tried that before, but we'll start you off on a little bit easier if you'd like. Thank you. Mr. Rosenthal's going to follow.
You know, I see that slide and I see like staff training happening.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you all. Thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of the music department. So there's my slide. Excellent. I'm going to state the obvious. I'm so happy to say that we are, the music department teachers and students are back together making music as a community, and that's really awesome. This is a shot that was taken right after the first day of band camp, and students were just rehearsing on their own. And so that really was special to me, and I really loved that. So rehearsals are beginning, classes are beginning as normal. As far as performances, the high school band, under the direction of Mr. Verdone, participated in the Labor Day Parade. And we have just booked and planned the Horribles Parade, which is coming up the week of October 5th. I think it's going to be Thursday at 5:30. But I was
They're working it out with you guys.
we worked it out with City Hall, but I'll let you guys finalize it. But they were very happy with that.
Good.
So we'll do the Horribles Parade, and then, of course, the marching band will participate in the football games, and so we're excited for all of those opportunities. I spoke to Mr. Henry before coming here, and he gave me permission to share that Dessert Theater has met, and they're planning, and they're up and running, and so that is happening. We're going to have to figure out how they're going to do dessert, but that's going to be worked out. And we are planning on doing a spring musical, and we're going to work with Mr. Bergeron in making sure that all safety protocols are in place, that we can do that for our students. So the plan is to move forward with that, but we definitely want to make sure that we continue to keep all those safety protocols happening. So that's exciting for our students. The next slide. So if you have noticed any of the tents, the circus is not in town. The superintendent was amazingly gracious in allowing me to investigate other opportunities for our students to rehearse outside, so they can not wear a mask, but they can be spaced out. Especially on the vocal end, we can actually see their mouths and do some diction work. So we were able to purchase two 30 by 50 tents for both the high school and Whitcomb. Those are up and in place. That's from Atlantic Tent in Leominster. And then we purchased 6 20 by 30 tents from the tent in Sudbury. And those are coming, 3 schools are coming tomorrow, and then 3 more on Thursday. So this will be an opportunity. Our teachers will be utilizing those tents whenever possible. So for singing, for rehearsing, just spacing out and being outdoors. And then when we're indoors, of course, we're going to use masks and all appropriate cover and all appropriate PPE. I would like to just quickly, again, thank Superintendent Bergeron for that opportunity, and Andy White, who was amazing working with me as I had to work with all the building inspector to get all the tents, and we had to get building permits for all that. So everything is safe and good to go for our kids, and so Andy White deserves a lot of credit for that. So thank you, Andy. And the next slide. So I will also echo how excited we are. This is a snapshot of one of our elementary classrooms in Richer School. My teacher is just ecstatic about how she's able to deliver the curriculum with a classroom in front of her. It just makes the world a difference and allows us to really deliver the curriculum the way our kids deserve. So again, thank you for the superintendent for that opportunity for our students, and that's really exciting for us. And the last slide, we would just like to welcome our newest member to the Whitcomb Music Department. Rose Morrison is our string director. She comes from us from the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and we're so excited to have Rose part of our music family. Any questions for any of the three of us?
Any questions from the committee? Mrs. Ryan?
Will there be, for Mr. Rosenthal, will there be lessons available for students this year?
So private lessons?
Yes.
Yes, I'm having conversations again with the central office about having that opportunity happen. We just want to make sure that all of that happens with a safe process and a safe location. So we absolutely want to make that happen. We're in the process of having those conversations.
Any other members? Ms. Hennessy?
I'm sorry. I have to say, I'm so excited to see you guys here, and I'm so excited to see that we're doing this and making it happen for all of our staff and our students, because you guys have been thinking out of the box as much as you could previous to this. I mean, with all the visual arts doing the citywide art show the way that you had to. I mean, it's been great, but this is just fabulous because we've always talked about how Marlborough was all about the whole child. And this is a prime example about how we're making it happen, that we're not losing that aspect, we're enhancing it. So I'm just thrilled. And thank you to you guys on continuing to work yourselves and everybody in your department to get everybody on the same page so that this can happen. I'm absolutely thrilled, so thank you.
Any other questions?
Just,
Mr. Superintendent?
I just want to comment for I have a comment for each one of you. The Citywide Art Show at the Walker Building was amazing. I ruined a pair of shoes because I went after it rained and I spent probably like 2 hours just really looking at all of it, and something about being at eye level as opposed to when it's all over the place in the middle school. I loved it. So thank you for that. That was a great way to do it. Wellness-wise, I want to just, kudos to us for bringing back cooking classes. And, back in the day, it was part of like home economics. And to have it actually part of the wellness curriculum is amazing, because what a life skill that everyone needs. It's right where it belongs, and I'm just so proud that we're able to offer that to our students. And what was my music comment? Oh, the band at the parade was spectacular as usual. And, thank you all for your leadership. And it was, as everybody had a rough year, but I think you guys really had it rough because it's near impossible to do the stuff that you do in a remote setting, and somehow or another you pulled it off. So, awesome.
Any other questions from the committee? Mr. Superintendent?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to invite Julie Baker back up. We have a special recognition. So Julie has been selected as the Supervisor Administrator of the Year for 2022. Congratulations, Julie. The Massachusetts Art Education Association, and the description is a model art education administrator and current member who deserves recognition for outstanding leadership and advocacy in the arts throughout Massachusetts. So congratulations, great job, we're very proud.
I have to say how grateful I am that I landed my first teaching job here in Marlborough. I didn't realize how lucky I was, but I learned so quickly how special the art program was that I was becoming a part of, and so many great art educators came before me and kind of laid the foundation of a quality program. So I do have to give credit out there to all those wonderful colleagues that have helped this whole program foster. But yeah, this is really exciting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great job. Minutes of the August 24th school committee meeting.
Motion to accept the minutes.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Public participation. Any public participation? Public participation. Seeing none. Collective bargaining agreement with the Marlborough School Administrators Association.
Motion to approve the collective bargaining agreement, which is the consolidation of the MOU into the master agreement, which we have previously approved. Motion to approve the CBA.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Superintendent evaluation.
So ordinarily, we would have done this in the spring. We did do part of it in the spring, just in terms of the actual ratings, so that we could do our duty and turn them into DESE on time. So we did that. And then folks took some time over the summer to add comments, which usually I read all the comments, but it's actually in the packet, so it's available for anyone to read. is it necessary for me to read them?
No.
No, okay, thank you. So I would then just make a motion that we accept the superintendent's evaluation and call it a day.
Motion made and seconded to accept the evaluation of the superintendent. Discussion. Any further discussion? No one wants to take shots at him? All right, and on the motion to approve, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Mr. Superintendent, thank you very much for a good year.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Acceptance of donations and gifts. First Congregational Church, MPS students, $3,060.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Grace Church, MPS students, $1,380.
Motion to accept.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Ohio Pile Prince, MHS, $11.73.
Motion to accept.
Motion made and seconded to accept. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. The Valenti family, MPS Music Department, $6,290.
Motion to accept.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Mass DESI FY22 Title I Entitlement Grants. The Title I is $900,053. The entitlement grants is $144,334.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Mass DESI 22 Title I, $186,418. Entitlement grant, $60,534.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. FY22 Special Education, $1,476,809. Entitlement grant, $67,765.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. FY22 Special Education, $295,196. Entitlement grants, $26,250.
Motion to accept.
Motion made and seconded to accept. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor?
Policy.
Oh, Can I just add something? I kind of wanted to say it before, and I didn't quite get it in there. Regarding the Valenti.
Sure. Absolutely.
So we accepted, oh no, I just wrecked it. $6,000 something dollars.
$6,290.
From the Valenti family, and just for the public, those of you who have been around a while will recognize the name as Cosmo Valenti, who was a teacher in the district, ran the music program for many, many, many years, and was a school committee member after that for many years. And the music department that we have here in Marlborough is phenomenal, and relative to many, many other districts in the state, just so much more developed and just a really big part of our school community. And a lot of that is because of Cosmo Valenti. And so his family donated 37 violins, 3 violas, and 4 portable keyboards to help sustain the music program. And I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, you dedicated a lot of time to the system. With that, policy 7.2, school year, school calendar.
Thank you very much. So I would like to ask for a suspension of the rules so we could actually vote on these tonight. I have to apologize to Mrs. Murphy because we had discussed this over the summer and we were trying to get it done previous to the school year so that it would allow for the trimesters to align appropriately for middle school, and the adjustments that you will see on both of the policies before you are minor adjustments strictly on the age bracketing, the grade bracketing. There is nothing else that's been touched. And so if you will pardon me for not getting it on the last time, I would ask if we could have a suspension of the rules to actually vote on these tonight to allow Ms. Murphy to go ahead and articulate things to the staff and the meanings and needs around our population here. So
Motion made and seconded to vote on policy 7.2 and 7.25 tonight. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor, opposed, carries.
thank you. So I have before you these two policies. Policy 7.200, which is the school year school calendar policy. And the next policy would be policy 7.250, marking periods. And this is just straightening out the language relative to the appropriate grades and their periods, trimesters, quarters, essentially for the appropriate area. And that's my motion.
Motion made and seconded to approve policy 7.2, school year, school calendar, and 7.25, marking periods. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor, opposed, carries.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Reports of committees. Any reports? Ms. Hennessy.
Thank you very much. Policy, we are back from the summer. And we will be meeting on the 22nd of September, taking up a number of different things that we had discussed, community use of buildings, the food services charging policy we'll need to take up because obviously we're not charging for food currently, so we need to get that all rectified. There are a number of other ones that we've been discussing, like the library materials that will need to get addressed. And there's a full agenda that's been listed, so that'll be coming up. Thank you very much.
Any other committees? Seeing none, members forum. Any members? Any members?
So I had sent an email out to everyone regarding the meeting that we had discussed with the students. Hi, Hattie. And Hattie and her colleagues. And so we set a date of next Tuesday evening, and I know not everybody can make it, but you know, it's like herding kittens between the student schedules and our schedules, and it looks like on Teams is going to be the easiest way to do it. So I will facilitate setting up a Teams. Miss Klein will help me to get everyone's email addresses so we can send out a link, and we'll have a little meet and greet.
We're all looking forward to it. We talked about it today, and
Excellent.
very excited.
Great, thank you.
Anyone else want to be heard? Ms. Hennessy.
Thank you. I just wanted to actually mention relative to athletics, there is a new way of getting schedules for any of the athletic events. And I don't think it's really up on our website yet. And I just am concerned that there's a lot of population that's looking for that information. So one way was through here. So if you're looking for games, you can find it on arbiterlive.com. And it's all one word, arbiterlive.com. Currently, there are no schedules really available on our website where our links are. And I just know that there are parents that are, you know, concerned about trying to figure it out. So I just wanted to, number one, say it here, but number two, if we can put something out social media wise. I know I know that during the meeting, the athletic meeting or whatever that was held at the high school, they were handing out a lot of paperwork, but if people missed that, they won't necessarily know how to find out the schedules. So I wanted to make sure that was mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other members? Any other members? Seeing none.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Thank you very much.